You're not stuck because you lack answers. You're stuck because you keep waiting for someone who doesn't care to give you any. Let's rip the bandage off. If you're still waiting for closure from someone who walked away, you are handing them the keys to your freedom, and they don't even want them. Tonight, I'm going to shatter your excuses, burn the lies, and give you the only thing you'll ever need to move the hell on. It's not closure, it's something far more savage, and it will set you free. Let's get honest. When someone leaves, when love ends with a question mark instead of a period, we get desperate for explanations. We want to know, why wasn't I enough? What did I do wrong? Did they ever care? Are they hurting too? You replay every memory, every conversation, every silence. You stalk their social media, analyze every new photo, every story, every like. You become a detective, searching for clues in a crime you never committed. It's not about closure, it's about validation. You want someone else to make sense of your pain, to tell you that you mattered, that it wasn't all for nothing. But here's the first brutal truth. You will never get the answer that makes the pain vanish. No explanation can fill the void that's left behind. No words will turn heartbreak into healing. You think that if you could just know why she left, why it ended, why it turned cold, you'd be able to move on. But every man who's been there knows the truth. Even when you get answers, you don't get peace. Maybe she says it's not you, it's me. Maybe she says, I just fell out of love. Maybe she blames you for things you never did. None of it helps. It's never enough. Because closure is not about the truth. It's about comfort. It's about one last attempt to avoid facing the pain on your own. You think closure is a cure, but it's a drug, a temporary high that fades, leaving you emptier than before. Let's be honest about what this is doing to you. Every day you spend waiting for closure is a day you stay stuck in the past, a day you don't build, a day you don't heal, a day you keep your wounds open so someone else can come back and close them. You become a prisoner to someone else's silence. You hand your self-respect to the person who hurt you. You build your life around a ghost. How many years are you going to waste waiting for an apology that will never come? How much energy are you going to spend trying to understand someone who doesn't even understand themselves? Every moment spent chasing closure is a moment you lose, becoming the man you're supposed to be. Ready for something most people will never say to your face? The person who hurt you, they probably don't care anymore. Maybe they never did. Maybe they're too selfish, too lost, too weak to give you what you want. Or maybe, just maybe, they've already moved on. And that's not your fault. The truth is, closure is usually just an excuse to stay connected, to avoid admitting that you've been left behind. You're waiting for someone to come back and bless your pain with meaning. But your pain is your business now. No one is coming to rescue you. No one is coming to explain away the emptiness. You have to become your own closure. So if closure won't save you, what will? Here's the only thing you need to move on. Acceptance. Not acceptance of the story you tell yourself, but acceptance of reality, no matter how unfair, how messy, how brutal. Acceptance is savage. It doesn't wait for an apology. It doesn't need an explanation. It doesn't bargain or beg or hope. It looks in the mirror and says, this happened. I got hurt. I might never know why, and I'm still here. Acceptance is the death of fantasy and the birth of freedom. Here's how you do it. Face the truth, brutally. Stop romanticizing what happened. Stop painting the past with nostalgia. Remember the disrespect, the lies, the neglect. See the relationship for what it was, not what you wish it could have been. Stop asking why. It doesn't matter. Even if you knew, it wouldn't fix what's broken. You'll never logic your way out of heartbreak. Cut all ties. No more checking her social media. No more asking mutual friends about her. No more rereading old messages. You're not going to heal in the place you got sick. Feel everything. Let the pain rip through you. Don't numb it with distractions. Don't hide from the grief. Let it burn you clean. Reclaim your narrative. This is not the end of your story. This is just the chapter where you become a savage for your own healing. Here's the paradox. When you finally let go of the need for closure, you get back everything you thought you'd lost. You get your time back, your peace, your focus, your ambition. You stop waiting for someone else to define your worth. You stop begging for scraps of meaning. You start building something new, something that doesn't need her name to be meaningful. You realize you never needed closure from her. You needed honesty from yourself. Ready for the savage steps? Here they are. Cut the addiction. Unfollow, block, erase. Every reminder is poison. You wouldn't sip from a cup that made you sick, so stop keeping her memory alive. Turn the pain into fuel. Hit the gym, grind on your craft. Push yourself to become the man who would never beg for closure. Don't chase distractions. Don't run into another woman's arms to numb the pain. Don't fill the void with dopamine. Let the emptiness teach you. Reconnect with your brothers. Isolation is the enemy. Find your tribe, men who hold you accountable and remind you who you are. Set a new standard. This is where you draw the line. Never again will you chase someone who doesn't choose you. Never again will you wait for permission to heal. Start living like you're already over it, because action shapes emotion, not the other way around. Let me tell you about the rarest man alive, the man who moves on without answers, the man who doesn't need an apology to heal, the man who refuses to let his future be held hostage by someone else's silence. He becomes unforgettable, not because he got the last word, but because he never waited for it. He's too busy living, building, conquering to look back at the door that slammed shut. He doesn't need closure. He is closure. Here's what's on the other side of acceptance. Clarity. You see the relationship for what it was, not what you wanted it to be. Self-respect. You stop groveling for answers. Freedom. No one owns your peace but you. Energy. All the energy you wasted on her, it comes flooding back to your mission, your goals, your future. Magnetism. When you don't need closure, you become attractive to everyone, especially to yourself. You start living like a man who can never be destroyed by someone else's silence. Let's answer the fantasy. What if she does reach out? What if she finally gives you the apology, the explanation, the closure you wanted? You'll realize something strange. You don't care anymore. When you choose yourself, her words lose their power. You become immune to her validation. You're already gone. She's too late. And that's when you know you've truly moved on. If you're done waiting for someone else to set you free, if you're ready to become the man who doesn't need permission to heal, if you want to rewrite your story and never look back, subscribe to the Closure Club. Because here, we don't wait for closure. We become it. If you watch till the end, you're already braver than the majority of men who spend their lives trapped by questions that never mattered. Thank you for having the courage to face the truth, for demanding more from yourself, for stepping into the pain and out the other side. See you in the next one.